or a couple of weeks ago when we said, you may be seated, so that we wouldn't, try and get too close to each other. But we'd like to send out a special worship team shout out and wave and hello this morning to you. So this is our official meet and greet. Hey, everybody. All right, now you may be seated.
Good morning. How's everybody doing? Nice to see you, Grover Park, and nice to see you, Grover kids. We're doing something a little different this morning. We are adding in a kids' time. I've affectionately started thinking about this time right now as being known as Kids Corner. This is where we come to the corner of the stage to talk a little bit about God. This morning, I want to talk to you about trust. We've got a lot of weird things going on in our world today. You might have noticed, no school, right? You guys probably enjoyed that a little bit. People staying home, parents at home. I think the strangest thing that I've heard out of all of this is the lack of toilet paper. Really? But it's just kind of weird. But in this, you might start asking yourself, where do I place my trust and what is trust? When we think about trust, we think about the idea of someone who has our greatest hopes and intentions at heart, and they want to help us, and they want us to do great, and they want to care for us. And a lot of the times we trust our parents, we trust our guardians, but in this time, where do we put our trust? Well, I thought we would look and see what God says about trust today. And I wanted to share a couple verses with you out of the book of Proverbs. So in your Bibles, in Proverbs 3, verses 5 and 6, we read this. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make straight your paths. Notice what he says there. He says, trust in the Lord with all your heart. He says, trust in me, trust in God, and with everything you have, with your obedience, with your fears, with your concerns. And he says that we're not to lean on our own understanding. I can't help but think that everyone's buying all the toilet paper because they're trying to understand how to handle the situation. And God says, trust in me, not yourself. I wish there was a way I could illustrate this for you. I mean, if we were in kids' church right now, I would ask for a volunteer to come forward, right? And you guys would help me, but unfortunately, I can't do that. But I have brought with me a couple of my isolation partners, my housemates, my wife and my son, Michelle and Mason. Please welcome them. Oh, did you guys hear a lot of clapping? Oh, yeah, there it is. We actually got some clapping. So what we're going to do to help illustrate trust this morning is, Mason, I'm going to have you stand up here in just a second. You're going to turn around, and then on the count of 3, I want you to just fall off the stage.
Without anyone catching me?
No. Someone will catch you. Michelle and I will catch you, we promise. So why don't you stand up, turn around. Okay, back up just a little bit right there. Okay, you might want to just maybe put your arms. Yeah, there you go. And Michelle, are you ready? You think you can catch him? Okay, I think we got this. On the count of 3, Mason. 1, 2, 3. Was that kind of scary, Mason?
Yeah, you about dropped me.
Oh, no, we had you. You were fine. Well, I think that the more we trust, the easier it gets, right? The more I trust God, the easier it gets to trust him in everything. So Mason, let's do it again, and I bet it won't be as scary this time. Okay, you ready? Okay, on the count of 3, 1. Do you know what I really like about trusting God?
What's that?
I really like that when you trust him, he'll never... Oh. That was kind of like when he was younger. Oh, that's going to leave a mark. Well, no, really. If you're worried, don't worry. Mason's fine. You can see. Wave at the camera, Mason. But this shows us something. Sometimes trusting's really hard. And God says, trust him with all of our heart. Trust him with all we've got. And just like this, we tend to think we know what's going to catch us and how it's going to work. That's what we want to trust. But even when we don't know what's going to happen, just like this mattress, God's got a plan. He's got a plan, and we can trust him in it. just remember this week. And if you'd like to know more about someone who's trusted, look in the book of 2 Kings chapter 18 and see how King Hezekiah trusts when the Assyrian army tries to attack them this week with your parents. Thank you for joining us.